Hi beautiful people! If you follow the channel, you might have seen that I reviewed the first Masked Firefighter comic, and if you haven't seen it, why not give it a look after this video? After getting a virtual copy from the author, when I mentioned I had a review ready for it, on the review of the game, which is free by the way, in case you want a game to kill some time. Well, the Masked Firefighter got a web series, and the first episode was far from having enough content to be more than a teaser. In fact, this was my only real problem with that. The art has issues, which the comic and the second episode have too. The audio has issues, I hope are improved if they ever release a compilation.
Mas que legal.
But the conversation between the two isn't bad, and much like the free game, deserve a reasonable grade for being free. The second episode has more time and most of it is content. We still have parts that are stretched, don't get me wrong. For instance, a selfie that takes much longer than it should, or a person looking at him flying. As I said, the art continues having issues that I tend to leave to the side for being a free product, and because we are at the development moment in the Brazilian heroes market, it's all still too limited, too niche. But the script and visual execution are better. Visually, I can't defend the buildings that look like cutouts, but I don't see a problem with the Central Station building, for instance. We have more angles and more effects in how they use the water, even if I didn't personally like all of them, but I can easily see the effort that was put here, and I genuinely liked what they did in some parts. The script seemed good too. The biggest problem is that it's too serialized in my opinion. For an initial episode, this isn't as good as it could be, for the villains involved having done little, and for the continuity that's required not being exactly well done. Those who haven't read the comics won't know what Project 7 is, and those who have will probably remember that it isn't something that just anyone can use. On top of that, we don't have a villain really having an effect. We have a promise of something that is to happen, but nothing has happened by their hands yet. But considering the market situation, seeing the progress of this project is quite good for me. Again, I read the comics, so I have a notion of what they're talking about that most spectators might not have, but I felt a Batman 66 vibe in various moments, which I quite liked. I laughed at the presenter. It's the kind of playing with the situation that many run away from for being cheesy. This doesn't excuse the mistakes, yes, and I really don't like the normalization of these shows, but I think it's worth emphasizing here. I had fun with the episode. I recommend it, and I await anxiously to see how the character is going to develop.